divorce papers, power armor, and raspberry Pop-Tarts coupled with a free week of Xbox Game Pass. What do these three things have in common? Once you eat them, they're gone forever. But you know what will never go away? Video game nostalgia. To feed off of this crippling nostalgia, the video game people invented remakes and remasters. Remasters are just the original game, but the graphics are so good, you can just feel a gun's recoil.
Round over.
Now a remake is the same game, but made in a different engine, built from the ground up with new assets. Spider-Man PS4 is a direct remake of the Spider-Man 2 game, and it is freaking terrible. They forgot to add the pizza minigame. Now there is no one to deliver the pizzas. And then there's the reboot. The biggest, most annoying nipple on the nostalgia cash cow. I mean, remakes are cool and all, but can we please stop giving them the exact same name as their predecessor? It's immature, dude. Okay, you know what? This is a message to all developers. Stop. Go to timeout, think about what you did, and come back and think of a better name. Now let me tell you about a reboot that was so bad at launch, it made grown men cry. A game published by dark creatures of the night that are native to the microtransaction mountains. A game that was actually a fame or shame slot machine in the Diamond Resort and Casino. That game is Battlefront 2. Yo, what's up YouTube? This is 6toon back at it again with a quality content. I'm not gonna waste any time, gotta get some cool clips for the video, but make sure to follow my Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, OnlyFans, Patreon, Snapchat, and Tinder. But anyways, let's get right into the video.
Gotta go hard, I ain't got time to wait. Let's do this. Gotta go high, I gotta elevate. They wanna fight,
Double kill.
Yellow. Shoot. Alright boys, enough memes. Let's get down to the cold, hard facts. Battlefront 2 is dead. EA decided to abandon their game and pretend their vision for Battlefront 2 is finished. Now the fan base is homeless, and they don't have a home. I'm sure you know the origin story of Battlefront 2. The industry was becoming more and more greedy, and Battlefront 2 was the breaking point, with a pay-to-win system that would make mobile game developers proud. Are you tired of your thermal detonators being too weak to kill that clanka? Do you often feel like if your thermal detonators were just a bit more improved, you could be the best soldier in the Galactic Republic? Introducing improved thermal detonators. Awesome! The radius on these bad boys is only a few meters short of an orbital defense round. Just buy some of our loot crates and you'll have a small chance of owning your own today. Cool! The female Twitch streamers were always at the top of the scoreboard. All that simp donation money was giving them an unfair advantage. EA realized the simps had too much political power, so they had to assassinate all of them. But then, they realized assassinations would break social distancing rules, so they had to go home and think of something else. In an update on March 21st, 2018, they reworked the entire progression system. Star cards, or any other item impacting gameplay, will only be earned through gameplay and will not be available for purchase. And they added Bespin.
Try not to waste this, soldier.
The game was getting updated monthly, and it just kept getting better and better. They added clones, they added droids, they added lightsabers, and on the 7th month, they rested. They saw what they had made, they saw how happy the fans were, and they said, alright, we're done here. Time to move on to Battlefield 6 World War II Remix.
You can't turn on the organization. You get on their bad side and they'll destroy you.
No one would miss me.
That's not true. I would.
What I'm trying to say is, the final version of this game is really fun. The question I want to try and answer is, how does it compare to original Battlefront? We're going to take a look at the campaign and the multiplayer of new Battlefront and find out if it's just as good as the old. Am I qualified to talk about this? Well, I own 2 copies of Battlefront 2, and I once said high and ground in the same sentence.
Bruh, high ground again?
Yeah, I'm qualified. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Smash like right now. I will donate my children to the Galactic Republic. Alright guys, let's get into it. Video games have a lot of special forces teams. They all do special things, like locate and defuse bombs, or drop from the sky into battle. But what if I told you that some units are more special than others? Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the Imperial Special Forces deployed for asset denial and infiltration.
To stay in my girlfriend's house overnight without her even knowing.
A force so elite, they don't even tell their allies their plans.
We weren't expecting special forces. That's the point, Sergeant.
They never show emotion, have no backstory unless you care to read this book, and when all's said and done, they're willing to change teams in a heartbeat. And that, my friends, is how you make a really bad campaign. So you play as Iden Versio, the commander of the Imperial unit Inferno Squad, and that's it. They don't tell you anything else about her during the campaign, except that she's a jerk to droids.
Droid, slice the door. Slice it, droid. Droid, overload the cooling cells. Droid, slice that.
You've been captured by the rebels, but luckily they had just been binge watching TikTok dances, so their IQ was low, and they left your helmet in the cell with you. So you use it to call your droid and break yourself out of there. Everyone talks about the helmet issue, but I think everyone's missing the fact that when you break out, you already have a baton, meaning they didn't even take away all your weapons.
Terrorists win.
So Iden has this epic idea to jump out of the ship because she saw it in a video game she played once. She goes back to the bridge to talk to her squad mates Agent Delmico and Agent Hask and delivers an epic one-liner.
The fleet's location is still safe. Today, the rebellion dies.
Commander Versio, I think I actually forgot to turn off the Death Star stove. Alright, we all know how the Death Star really blew up. The actual problem is how they react to it.
Look alive, agents. We can grieve later.
Wait, what? That's it? Did you not care about the Death Star? If you had half as much love for the Empire as I do for the Republic, you would be in tears right now. There's about 5 seconds of sadness, and then almost a robotic switch back to instant kill mode. If they don't react in a human way, I can't empathize with any of them, especially my own character, Iden. I have never seen someone hit a wall that hard and get up. So then Iden gets called to a special dinner party with her dad. Oh, cool, Emperor. Is that a Battle Pass skin?
The Emperor is dead.
No, I think that's actually him because, in episode 9...
The Emperor is dead.
Alright. Alright.
Admiral Versio, Operation Cinder is to begin at once. Resistance, rebellion, defiance. These are concepts that cannot be allowed to persist.
So, what do you think Operation Cinder is? A secret plan to blow up the rebels' infrastructure and tauntauns or like their vehicles and stuff? Or B, a plan to blow up all the Imperial worlds for no reason? Well, there's a logical answer, and there's a plan to blow up all the Imperial worlds for no reason.
I did not call for you, Commander Versio.
Vardos is our target.
One of them, yes.
Why? The entire planet and its people, they're loyal to the Empire.
If you answered B, congratulations! I'm gonna give you a link to my secret satisfying video. How thoughtful. So now Inferno Squad is forced to choose between the Empire and their own morality.
I'm just surprised we aren't evacuating civilians. Civilians are expendable. Our people will evacuate first.
These are our people.
Hask doesn't want to join, so Iden shoots him and runs away with Delmico to join the rebels, who take them in even though they've killed like thousands of their soldiers, And then you have to fly an X-Wing and shoot down some satellites, even though Iden says she can't fly X-Wings. And, I want to go home.
That's another one. Nice shot, Versio.
Copy that, squad leader.
Would it kill you to say thank you, you frickin' schmark? For a while, you do missions helping the rebels, playing as familiar characters as you go. It's weird because you play as Leia and then Han, and then there's another Iden mission, and then Lando, and then Iden again. It makes each mission seem disconnected from one another, and it feels like you're just doing random tasks instead of progressing the plot.
This is Captain Lindsay. Our ship has crashed. Imperial walkers are cutting through the survivors. We need evac now.
Alright, let me go save these idiots.
We can't evacuate until those walkers have been destroyed.
Then we need an orbital strike. Where are your macro binoculars?
When we fell back to this position, the mine ice got left behind.
Shriv and I will get them. Stay here and lay down cover fire. Found them!
Are you serious? They were right here? You could have just walked over there. So at the end, you fight in the battle to finish off the Empire, and you and Del Meeko have children, and I don't think anyone's arguing when I say this campaign was a train wreck. The original Battlefront 2's campaign was both simple and clever. They decided to tell Order 66 from the perspective of the clones, who thought they were doing the right thing and did everything they could to immerse the player in that reality. The narrator talks about how much he hates the Jedi during the 501st journals, but during the actual missions, no one says anything treasonous because the Jedi are sharing the comms.
When we arrived at the bombed-out ruins of Megiddo, our Jedi commander believed we had been sent to take out a droid energy collector. Our unit of the 501st was really after an experimental Megiddan power source that the Chancellor wanted for his super laser.
All right, men. Today's target is an energy collector on the northern section of the platform. If we can take it down, production facilities in the area will grind to a halt.
Making you play as a regular clone was genius because that's what Battlefront is all about. It's about the experience of being a normal soldier in the Star Wars universe. Battlefront 2's campaign failed because not only is your character special forces, she's a commander. It's the complete opposite of Battlefront's entire premise. Iden Versio herself fails as a character because all the interesting stuff about her is in that book I mentioned earlier, Inferno Squad. It's the same issue as Halo 5, a lot of new characters, but all of their backstories are in books or movies or whatever. All I see is Chief and not Chief. If you don't want to worry about character development, then make the character nameless and give them a helmet that they never take off and you're set. Oh yeah, there was a DLC too, but I skipped a lot of story details because the rest of it is just as stupid, but if you want a more detailed look, you can check out the Ackman's video on it. He's a smaller YouTuber, but he's pretty good. Original Battlefront definitely wins in the campaign department, but most players aren't here for the campaign.
Ladies, is your man headstrong, no nonsense, and has a short blonde buzz cut? If so, I hate to break it to you, but that's not your man. That's Captain Rex, designation number CT7567. Well, let's be honest, is that really a downgrade?
I think I could tempt you. I think I could tease. Oh, no, I know you're scared.
I believe, and I say this cautiously because I don't like to get political or whatever, but I believe that you may think this game is sexy. Visor? Moving. X-Wing? Cute. Plants? Sand? Coarse? Rough? Gets everywhere. The graphics are great, but the sound design and atmosphere too, just baddies.
Princess Organa has been spotted on the battlefront. We need to get on that Seppi ship, boys, and
it's not gonna happen till you capture those command posts.
Let's talk about the star cards real quick. Now, the star cards probably got added originally just so they could get put in loot boxes, but they're actually a good addition. The sheer number of star cards and their variety means you have a lot more control over your loadout. So for example, I use this evasion star card to evade my taxes.
Oh my god.
I really appreciate what they did with the hunt game mode from old Battlefront. So they hired Stephen King to help design it, and now I lock up all of my Lego Ewoks before I go to bed. Heroes vs Villains also got an upgrade as well as a downgrade. I'm not sure why they removed Ayla Secura. Now the flagship game mode is Supremacy. The objective is to hold more command posts than the enemy, and you'll get a chance to board their ship. You can be a soldier, a hero, a ship, a bowling ball. And sometimes, you don't even have to fight, you just kind of vibe like,
what's up, bro? This game is awesome, too bad it's dead.
And the other guy's like... And now we get serious because we have to talk about the big issue with the multiplayer. When a multiplayer shooter is made with a competitive aspect in mind, the devs have to balance and polish the game if they expect it to hold a player base. But when a multiplayer shooter is made for casuals, a balanced game that leaves room for fun by giving the player more control is perfect. The model example is the Battlefield franchise. These games may look realistic and esport ready, but then you realize you can strap C4 to a buggy and create a vehicular suicide bomb. Or play maps like Operation Locker, which is the epitome of the how it feels to chew 5 gum meme. Battlefront 2 is definitely a casual game, but it's clear they've put a lot of effort into balancing to make a higher skill ceiling for dedicated players. If you look at Heroes vs Villains now versus back then, it's pretty obvious old Battlefront didn't even have balancing in mind. The glaring problem is, EA put so much effort into balance that they forgot to add the fun. Battlefield and Battlefront are both made in the same engine by the same developer, but you can't strap a trip mine to a speeder and drive into a bunch of droids.
It kinda seems like you should be able to do that.
In fact, there are no vehicles on the map. You have to spawn them in from a buy menu, which shuts down any creative potential a player could have had, which is just... why? For some reason there are no multi-seat vehicles, which are one of the best parts of multiplayer.
Alright, very carefully now. Oh my god, Oxy, do you have eyes? Do you have eyes? Oh!
You can fly a ship above the battlefield, but you can't jump out of the cockpit and shoot people while jetpacking. The less control you give a player, the less fun they will have, the less replayability, and these aren't even really issues, they're just lazy design choices, which is widespread throughout modern games in general. So Black Ops 2 Zombies had unique vending machines for each perk on the map, giving the player more options. But Black Ops 4 has you pick 4 perks from the menus that you can then access at 4 generic machines, so now if you want to get different perks than the ones you've chosen, you have to quit the game. I think Battlefront 2 could have easily combined the ideas of OG Battlefront with the ultimate sandbox that was Battlefield 4, and made one of the best games ever. Maybe Battlefront 3 can be that game. And also, why no Galactic Conquest? Can you guys grow up? Now I'm going to tell you guys a quick story. It's the story of why I have 2 copies of Battlefront 2. So I had this cousin, and this cousin lived in a house. I used to go to that house and play this thing called Halo 3 custom games. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's basically mankind's best invention excluding dogs. But one day, I got there and he wasn't playing Halo 3. He was playing, yes, you guessed it, Halo 2. But the next day, I got there and he was playing Battlefront, and I said, this game is better than dogs. And I went to GameStop, and it was $30. I had to trade in almost 20 games to get enough store credit because GameStop powered to the players, right? So I bought it there, and brought it home, and drank some broth, and played the game, and it was worth it. And then it wasn't because my aunt bought me another copy for Christmas. That game was made by people that love Star Wars with their entire bodies, but I don't think this game is. Which is why OG Battlefront is still better. Hey, thank you for making it to this point in the video. Since you're here at the end, you should probably subscribe. There's gonna be daily uploads every single day. No, I'm just kidding. There's not gonna be daily uploads, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. After this, I have no idea what I'm gonna make. Honestly, I mean, I was gonna make stuff on Halo Infinite, but it got delayed, and I'm not sure yet if I want to make stuff on Star Wars Squadrons. I might do a review or something like that, but I don't know. But to the men and women, the brave men and women that have waited like 3 months for this video, thank you for waiting, and I'm sorry for making you wait so long. I don't know what I was doing. I wasn't really doing anything, honestly. But yeah, I feel like I've been sitting in front of my computer for like 10 hours, so I'm gonna go get some pizza, and yeah, subscribe.